Okay, true crime friends, it is your favorite time of day. You ready? You ready? Listen, get your noise canceling headphones, sit back, because do I have a story to tell you? This is a story about one young Michelle Hadley and how things went horribly, horribly wrong for her. But first, like this video. You have to like each one. Whenever you log on, you're like, oh, it's time for true crime at lunchtime especially. I got my salad and everything, my bowl of noodles. Okay, let me hit like so I can sit back and relax and know I have done my due diligence and now I can enjoy your story. So look, also subscribe to the channel. Okay, Michelle Hadley, a young, idealistic dreamer, a nice suburban girl from a nice suburban family, and everything was going well. And so when I first started hearing this story, I was like, oh, she could be me. Okay, Michelle, what happened? So Michelle was a little bit more of a dreamer than me, right? Because I can be a skosh cynical, partially because I like true crime, partially because I'm no fool. So look, Michelle meets this dude, and he is like a border control agent. He was some sort of cop. And she was just like, this is so dreamy. He's so cute, and he's strong, and he's handsome, and he's going to take care of me. And then Michelle says of herself, I don't have a strong personality, so it's better for me to be single than to be with somebody who's like not good for me. This is what we're doing now. We're just walking around like, hi, I don't have a strong personality, so you can tell me anything and I will believe you. Michelle, girl. Okay, but hopefully this situation got her all the way together. Miss Daisy, I'm not doing this with you today. You need to calm down. She has a giant stuffed carrot in her mouth and her sister is chewing a bone, but she's still mad. I do not get it. Anyway, so Daisy, stop squeaking that carrot. Anyway. So Michelle with the weak personality is like dating this dude Ian, and she's like, oh my goodness, he's so cute and he's so dreamy. Michelle also worked at Disney. That should tell you all you need to know about Miss Michelle. She's like, I'm dreaming of fairy tale princesses and castles. And then after just a very short period of time of dating Ian, he's like, you know what? Let's get engaged. And she was like, that sounds terrific. And I was like, wait, what? You've known him for how? Did your mom and them meet him? Did they agree to this? You get married? You don't know him. It hasn't even been a year. I feel like a year is the minimum. Now, can you enjoy some marital congress inside of 3 months? Yeah, absolutely. You should be doing that every chance you get on every surface you can find. But marriage, no. Because you don't want to be stuck with this fool. So anyway, so she gets engaged and she has a ring and she's telling all her friends and she's like, I'm going to live happily ever after and I'm a pretty, pretty princess and he's big and strong and all we need now is a castle. And so because she worked at Disney, she's like, well, of course I need something close to work. So she found a lovely condo close to work where on the roof of her condo, she could watch the fireworks at Disneyland. And she's like, I am living my princess fantasies. And Ian didn't quite have all the money for the down payment, and Michelle was like, don't you worry about that. In my princess fantasy, this is all gonna happen. So I'm gonna put the down payment down. Don't worry about it. And then it was a custom built condo. So they waited for it to be finished and then they moved in. And they were like, our name is on a mortgage together. That is like being financially married. Yay, us. Only things went a little bit to the left. Ian started acting all kinds of crazy and controlling and abusive. And she was like, ooh, this is not what I had dreamed for myself. And so she was like, hello, mom and dad. I know I have a very weak personality and it's terrifying for me to stand up for myself, but he's crazy. I need to come home. And they were like, girl, of course. Girl, your old room is still here. We got the Disney bedspread. You could be Ariana or any of those other princesses right over there in your room. Don't even worry about it. So she's like, okay, cool. But we are financially married, and so we need a financial divorce. So they were like, okay, we're going to talk to him. Everything is going to be fine. So they sit down with lawyers, and they come up with a deal. They were like, okay, she put the down payment down. You've been living here not putting no money towards this condo, but possession is 9/10 of the law. So this is what we're going to do. You have 6 months to get out of the place, and then at the end of 6 months, you either get financing or you sell it or you whatever. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. And Michelle was like, okay, so look, I'm probably out most of this down payment, But I'm getting my financial divorce and I'm going to go live happily ever after. And you know what I'm going to do? Instead of dreaming ridiculous dreams in my big empty head, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to get an MBA. I'm going to get some common sense about myself and grow the heck up and stop getting engaged to men that I only know for 3 seconds. I'm about to live my best life. And so she starts going to school. Good for her. She must have got a personality somewhere along the line. Ian also moved on. Michelle's dating. She's on Tinder or whatever. Michelle, girl, you in danger, but whatever. So, Ian meets this other girl, Angela, and they start dating. And 3 weeks later, they get married. I'm sensing a pattern with young Ian, but, okay. And so everybody's living their life. Everything is going fine. And Michelle was like, where's my money? She's like, listen, B better have my money. You better give me my money. She was upset because he was not giving her money fast enough. And so he was like, girl, I'm gonna need you to wait because my finances and my this and my that and whatever. And she was like, nah. No, what you're not gonna do is cheat me out of my money because I might be a Disney princess with a weak personality, but what I'm not gonna do is be short in my bank account. And who could blame her? So she was sending him all these, the Lord will rain fire and brimstone down on you. And she's quoting the Bible and doing all this stuff. Michelle, girl with the weak personality, you doing too much. I'm going to need you to put down the Bible and just email your lawyer and say, please pressure him to get this deal closed. And then stop sending him crazy emails. And so he was like, Ian, the now new husband, and his new wife, Angela, they like, we just trying to live over here and live our, a border patrol agent. That's what he was. He's like, I'm trying to live my border patrol dreams. And I have my beautiful new wife, Angela. And, we over here just doing our thing. We don't know why she going crazy and quoting the Bible. And she was just like, but I said, lo unto you, I will rain fire and brimstone down on you. I am no longer a Disney princess. So, Ian and the new wife were like, wait, this heifer crazy. She's super, super crazy. Suddenly I'm like, ooh, I don't identify with this crazy heifer. So Ian's getting crazy emails from Michelle all the time, and it's troubling. And then Ian's new wife, Angela, starts getting crazy emails. You are Satan. Your husband doesn't love you. He's going to cheat on you. He's abusive. And everybody is like, she might need to go to the nervous hospital and get some of those nice pills to help calm her down. Can she take ashwagandha? What other kind of supplements or vitamins do we have that takes the crazy out of people, or at least calms their nervous system down? Because she gonna need some of that. And so Michelle was like, I'm living my pretty princess dreams. What are you talking about? I would never send an angry email except for when I would. And so the husband and wife, Ian and Angela, are like, we are watching fireworks on the roof of our Disney adjacent apartment condo. And now Angela is pregnant. We just want to grow our baby and grow our family and be left alone. But this crazy lady won't leave us alone. And so the emails intensify and they get worse. And then all of these online personal ads start appearing saying, I am a nice lady living near Disney and I have an intimate assault fantasy. Come and find me. Here's my address. Say what now? So apparently dudes start showing up at the condo to intimately assault Angela, the pregnant wife. The pregnant wife is like, wait, I have a little bun in my oven and I can't be dealing with this kind of crazy because the stress is making my brain tingle. And so we're going to have to file a police report. So they file a police report, they file a restraining order, and Michelle gets thrown in prison. Well, no, she gets thrown in local jail. And she was like, Mommy, Daddy, it's unsanitary. The sheets are not all white. The people are very unpleasant and they don't have Starbucks here. I was not aware that there would not be Starbucks. Can you smuggle in me? No. I don't need butt crack drugs. I need butt crack Starbucks. Can I get an iced latte, some good wine, a nice burger? The burgers in here are horrible. And her parents were like, okay, listen, we gonna bail you out, and we gonna maybe talk to the nice psychiatric type people, and maybe we get you some help. But she was like, whatever you have to do. Okay, fine. So while she's in jail, all the crazy emails stop. And everybody was like, okay, so clearly it was her, right? She comes out of jail and the emails start back up again. And they're like, are you taking your ashwagandha? You're drinking your Starbucks, right? Everything should be good. And she's like, it wasn't me. And everybody was like, okay, girl. And so Ian, his new wife, Angela, are like, the emails have started again, and they're worse, and she's threatening death, and there's all these crazy things coming, and now they're coming from all these different emails, and she's threatening to kill us. So the cops were like, well, listen, she violated the restraining order. She's supposed to be behaving, and she's not. So we're going to go pick her up again. So they go to her house and they arrest her again. And they were like, and this time you're staying in jail because Ian and his lovely wife, Angela, well, they are pressing charges because you were obviously crazy. So she gets locked up, and she was like, we're back to a land of no Starbucks. She's hysterical. Now, while she's in jail, she's getting death threats. Her weak personality is coming out again. The other prisoners are like, you're crazy. Because this story went national. It was about 5-6 years ago. I didn't hear about it when it happened, but I was like, oh, well, this is nuts. I don't know why this would go national, but okay. So she gets locked up. It gets in the news. All the other prisoners are like, why are you threatening a pregnant lady? I was once a pregnant lady. I have a shank over here hidden in the edge of my bed. Don't walk past my room. And so she was like, I have a very weak personality and there's no Starbucks. I cannot take the stress. Oh my God. So, her parents are like, okay, girl, the judge has set a bond for you. And so we have two choices. Now we have to pay $100,000 in cash, which we can't pay. And she was like, please and thank you. And can you pick up a Starbucks on the way to get me? They were like, wait. There's more. We could either get you out right now, or we could hire you a good defense attorney. What do you prefer? And she is like, this is the worst choice I've ever had to make in my life, because you should see the linens in this place. The food is terrible. Why do we have bologna 5 meals out of 6? I cannot take it, but also I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. So I'm going to stay here in prison, and I'm going to strengthen my personality, and please hire me the best defense attorney available. I do not know that I would have made that choice, but okay, I'm grateful that I don't have to. And so Ian and Angela, the newlyweds with the growing baby bump, are like, okay, we can rest easy while they get this whole legal situation sorted out. Meanwhile, we don't have to leave our condo. More than 6 months has gone by, and we still living here. Well, this is fantastic. Okay, great. So meanwhile, Michelle's parents are like, okay, while we're searching for the perfect defense attorney, which P.S., I'm like, y'all need to do that quickly, because if it was me, I could not sit in jail in a Starbucks free environment. I'm just saying. So the parents are like, we're interviewing defense attorneys like crazy, but nobody really knows, like, because lawyers tend to be Luddites a little bit. Like, they not up on all the latest tech. And so they were like, these lawyers are not good with the technology, and we need somebody to prove that you did not send these emails. And she was like, please and thank you. Find somebody. So they were like, okay, while we search, me and Daddy, we're going to do all the research. And so they start Googling and doing all this stuff. And they were like, okay, let's trace the IP addresses and let's do all the stuff. And they were like, wait, we found proof that these emails, yes, the email address says Michelle Hadley, but we have proof that these emails were sent while she was in class giving a presentation, because remember, she was getting her MBA. She was at school. She was not at a computer. And so they took all this information to the lawyer, and the lawyer was like, oh, thank goodness, because I know nothing about technology. So seems like this is going to be good, but we don't know, because the prosecution, they have a whole mountain of evidence against your crazy, weak behind daughter. And so let's go talk to them. So they go back before the judge, and the judge is like, okay, maybe it wasn't her. Let us, put her outside. We're going to let her get out of prison, and we're going to give her one of these nice ankle monitors, and we're going to keep track of her. But if she goes near the internet or an internet cafe or anything that begins with the letter I, she can't have ice cream. She can't go to an igloo. Nothing that starts with I, then she going to get violated if she does anything bad. So we're going to let her out on bond. The email stopped. I think, but the email stopped and she's very nervous and she's over here fighting for her life and drinking all the coffee she can. And she's like, I'm just going to go to school. I'm going to wear my ankle monitor. I'm going to put some bedazzle it, and I'm going to do everything I can to hide it and make it look cute. I'm like, oh yeah, girl, this is just the latest new fashion accessory. It's my personal Wi-Fi. That's how so she disguised her little ankle monitor and she went on with her life, but she was nervous. And so then she really needed to be at the nervous hospital because she was nervous all the time. I bet you she was taking all the Prozac in the world. So, meanwhile, Ian and Angela are like, we over here living our best lives. But the parents are doing research and the cops are doing research. And finally it comes to trial. And Michelle is like, I have spent 88 days in prison, nearly 3 months dealing with terrible coffee and unfortunate roommates and bad sheets. And so I have truly suffered. And they were like, yeah, but Angela was threatened to get assaulted and folks were showing up at her door trying to assault her. And she was like, have you tasted the coffee in prison? I think it was worse for me. Michelle, girl, I'm gonna need you to calm down. You and your weak personality need to just go over there and have a seat and stop talking and let your lawyers do the work. So they're like, The cops are like, we still think she's guilty, but we will continue to investigate. And they're like, wait. We may have gotten this all wrong. Looks like these emails were not coming from Michelle and her coffee at the Starbucks. These emails were coming from inside the condo. Oh, so now everybody is looking at Angela and Ian like, what y'all been doing? So you've been threatening yourselves and claiming that it was this heifer? And they were like, see, what happened was, and then the cops all of a sudden are doing all kinds of deep research into the happily married couple. And it turns out Angela, the pregnant wife, she's not pregnant. She faked the Why would anybody think I do that? But okay, whatever. So she had faked her pregnancy. And so she was like, oh, you're not supposed to do that? I'm sorry. And they were like, oh, we found some other things on you. Not only did you fake your pregnancy, you also faked cancer. You bounced a bunch of checks. You was over here doing all kinds of evil. And she was like, oh, yeah, can I be excused from the room because I would like very much not to go to jail because I hear the coffee there is terrible. And they were like, nah, girl, clink, clink, you get locked up. So she goes on trial. The whole situation is turned upside down. And Angela, the fake pregnant wife, was sending the emails to herself, goes to jail for 5 years. And she's like, that's a long time to be without proper libations. But okay. Also, if she went for 5 years, that means she's out now. So if y'all run into a lady named Angela Diaz, beware. So the cops were like, that's good. The crazy lady got locked up. But was her husband involved in this? Did he know? Did he know what his wife was up to? Was he involved in it? Was he helping to write these emails? We have questions. And so the Border Patrol people were like, yeah, boo-boo, you fired. You can't work here and do, that's, we don't get down like that. So you're going to be fired. You thought you had financial trouble before. Now you have a lot of financial trouble. Not only can you not buy that apartment, you can't buy yourself nothing except for possibly a decent lawyer. And I hope you could find one. And he was like, oh, it was not me and my crazy wife. I'm going to divorce her. Actually, I believe that marriage was annulled because he was like, false pretenses. Like, she was not really pregnant. What? And so they were like, yeah, this is not going to go good for you. So he got sent to trial and convicted and sentenced to 10 years for email. Watch what you put on email. But he was convicted of conspiracy to do something very terrible. I don't know all the details, but I know that he was sentenced to 10 years and he lost his job. Was it worth it, sir? For an apartment where you can see good fireworks, you can see fireworks on TV. I'm just saying, that's just me. I like a firework, not enough to go to 10 years worth of prison for fireworks, but like fireworks are nice, whatever. So he goes to prison. Angela, hopefully she gets the mental help that she needs. And Michelle is out here free to live happily ever after. But wait, there's more. She's like, hello, officers. I should not have had to do 88 days with bad sheets and no good coffee. I will be suing you now. And they were like, right. We maybe should have investigated this more, and we're very, very sorry. And to express how sorry we are, we're going to pay you a little settlement of $1.7 million. Now, listen, I do not enjoy prison. I don't want to know nothing about prison. But 88 days, 1.8, I might be able to make a case for something like that. And then the former newlyweds, Ian and Angela, they also settled with her. Where did they get money from? Maybe homeowners insurance? Did they have an umbrella coverage? I don't know. But they also have an undisclosed settlement. Something tells me they were not flush. So that she probably got 35 cents from them. But that 1.7, after you take out like lawyers' fees and whatever else, she probably walked away with a cool 1.5. Not bad for 88 days in prison. Do you know how much Starbucks you could buy with $1.5 million? A lot. Now, you probably could not buy a Starbucks franchise because I suspect those are very, very expensive. But she got the fluffy drinks. She got the ones with all the calories in them because now she could afford to get herself a good gym and go work out. And she ultimately will live happily ever after. So the pretty, pretty princess with the crazy fantasy ideas in her head, hopefully she got some discernment and some better judgment from this entire ordeal. But what she did get was a stack of cash. And we not mad at that. Okay, I really need to go and get on with the rest of my day. I hope you enjoyed this lunchtime true crime, and I will see you soon. Bye.